We're not normally in the habit of doing small excerpts, and that was a very short excerpt, but what a glorious, fantastic representation of a sunrise. All of this music we play tonight comes from our season. I'm very happy to be here. It's a great privilege and a pleasure to be able to be here with you to launch the 2009 WASO season. I might just say, actually, that great piece will be conducted by one of the great conductors, Sir Andrew Davis, who makes his first appearance with this orchestra in 2009. It's a season of many firsts and of new beginnings in many ways. And I'd like to, with my colleague Marshall Maguire, and with these glorious musicians on the stage, help you to understand exactly what we're about in our new season. There are new composers that we haven't had here before. There are many new works which we haven't had here before, both new and old. There are some fantastic new ventures in touring and in education, which we'll hear more of later. Our job is very simple here. The orchestra's motto, if you like, is to touch souls and enrich lives. And there's an awful lot of talk about how we work and the business environment and the things we have to do, as an orchestra. But actually, what we're here for is a very simple thing. We play music. We love playing it. We love our audience. We love the variety of people that we can perform to, and we're here to grow all of those things. Now, I'll hand over to Marshall, who is the orchestra's artistic manager, and he will start the ball rolling, giving you a little bit of a foretaste of what we're in for in 2009. Thank you very much. Marshall.
Thank you, Paul. Good evening, everybody, and welcome. It's great to see you all here. You're our valued supporters, be you subscribers, be you our corporate sponsors, be you just simply friends of WASO, and we're all here for one very important reason, as Paul said, because we all love music. And I think this year, as Paul has said, it's a year of new beginnings. It's Paul's first year as a principal conductor with this great orchestra, and that brings with it many great responsibilities and many great pleasures. As Paul said, our motto at WASO is very simple. It's to touch souls and enrich lives through music. And we're going to do that by programming a number of works, some familiar and some unfamiliar, in a journey through the senses. In 2009, Paul's already mentioned that we welcome for the first time Sir Andrew Davis to conduct the orchestra. We welcome for the first time the violinist Kyoko Takezawa, who will be touring with us to Japan, Marc-André Hamelin, the great pianist, and the great Finnish clarinet player Kari Kriku, who has to be heard to be believed. He's quite something, and that's just a few of the outstanding artists coming to us for the first time next year. In March, there's a very special presentation in collaboration with the Perth International Arts Festival and the Western Australian Opera, the Australian premiere of John Adams' magnificent opera, A Flowering Tree, loosely based on the story of the magic flute, and it's based on Indian poems, and it's sung by a most incredible cast, and that's one certainly not to be missed. We're also performing for the first time works by Mark Anthony Turnage and Magnus Lindberg. Some of the names you will be familiar with, others you won't, but it's all part of opening our ears, exploring the musical avenues with our new principal conductor, with Paul Daniel. Along the way, of course, we'll be welcoming back some very familiar and loved guests. We've got Simone Young joining us again in 2009. Oleg Kaitani returns to us to open our Masters season. Lisa Gastine, our esteemed conductor laureate Vladimir Verbitsky, joins us again. James Morrison is back. Ben Lee is back. And additionally, you get to hear a number of the leading soloists from within the orchestra performing concertos on stage here at the Perth Concert Hall. We perform lots of music here at WASO, and in our summer series, which has become renowned not just throughout Australia but throughout the world, you'll be able to hear Roberta Flack with the WASO. You'll be able to hear Human Nature, which will get a lot of people excited, I'm sure. And we're also doing a big outdoor concert with our young colleagues from the Western Australian Youth Orchestra. We're looking forward to performances of concertos by Mozart and Mendelssohn and Chopin and Prokofiev, and great symphonies by Beethoven, Dvorak, Schubert, Mahler and Elgar. And a number of those will be the first symphonies, as you can see once you look through your program guide. As part of our Mozart and Haydn concert in our Masters series, And commemorating the 200th anniversary of the death of one of the great composers of the classic era, we'll be performing Haydn's wonderful military symphony, his Symphony Number 100. It's known as the Military Symphony for a very good reason, and as we play now the second movement, the Allegretto movement, I'm sure you'll realize why.